proper. And Angel, do you want to introduce the topic because it's one that you proposed?
College football. We were supposed to have one of my guys here. He's from Alabama. Alabama, as you might have known, has won the college football championship. Nick Saban, the highest paid coach in all of college football. He won his 5th title in about 10 years, 9 years, something like that. My only problem with it, feel free to make money if you're a company, but they made hundreds of millions of dollars. Absolutely zero went to the players.
And what is it? I mean, I checked the NCAA site, just to try to find some justification for this. Maybe they're like, they have the mindset that, they'll go to the league and, they'll have their $5-6 million contracts.
That's what everybody says.
So, so who cares about the fact that we're not paying them now? And, the NCAA site tries to hype it up. They say that, they try to give you some juice. Like,
they give tuition to every athlete.
Yeah.
And then
room and board.
Exactly.
And then what is they said like graduation rates amongst NCAA players are higher. It's 87% or something like that. They try to basically justify the fact they're milking them. Mm-hmm. But on average, this is on the NCAA site. On average, only about 1.5% of NCAA players are drafted to the major leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So 1.5%. That is so that means most players do not make it. Most players have to end up falling back on their career.
Think about it like this also. 1.5% actually get drafted. We all know most of them aren't going to be there in like 3 years.
Don't get past training camp most
exactly.
of the time.
True.
So even less actually make it to a full-on career in the professional leagues.
Which is difficult in itself. Injuries, you never know what can happen to these people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand it, both sides of the argument, but shit, I'm with the players. Like, pay me. They can lose a kneecap anytime, What the fuck they gonna do then?
And also, something that I really have a problem with is that when you get injured, they literally take away your scholarship and give it to somebody else that's not injured.
The next stable body.
Exactly. And it's bullshit. Every single way you cut it.
I didn't even know that, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. That just blew my mind.
What you think happened? It's the same as you work at a job. Once that employee number, they ain't got no use for it. They hire the next person.
Yeah, I guess you got to put them down. And the main question that I wanted to pose for this topic as a whole was, how much longer do we think the NCAA is going to milk these players? The last NCAA, remember the football games were the same thing. All these people they brought them into EA, had them mocapped and all that shit, and none of them ever got no money for it. And the last NCAA game was in 2013. It was NCAA 14. So how much longer do you think they're gonna milk these players with booty ass scholarships? You know what I mean?
Shit, at least 50 years.
Well, they're gonna do the same thing they did with the game. When it's just time to stop, they might fuck around and just stop.
True.
Nah, I'm bullshit. Too much money.
There's too much money in all this.
Too much money to be made.
Exactly.
Honestly, I don't even know, man. They gonna pose the same question, that they've been posing forever. You want this free college or not? They gonna sell you the American
bullshit
dream.
ass free college.
They gonna sell you the American dream. You go to college, you get good grades, you get a degree. Hopefully, you make it to the NFL. If not, you got a degree. You got
your degree. You know what I mean? Yeah, I guess that's a great, and that should be enough for you to fall back on. You know what I mean? Which is some BS at the end of the day.
Bro.
No, it is. Go ahead. You go ahead.
I work with a guy who went to Arizona State University at the same time that a guy by the name of Jordan Hill, the guy, I think he was most famous on the Lakers, like 7 feet tall. Dreads.
Oh, okay.
That guy. He told me that Jordan Hill was their like big name, and so was Chase Budinger. That these guys, when they know they're going to be in the league, they literally go to class just for attendance. Like like Jordan Hill, I was told, went to class, put his earbuds, went to sleep, put his fucking hood up, and nobody really bothered him. And 2 people were supposed to take his notes for him.
Oh shit!
So literally, all you got to do is just show up, take a nap.
That ain't common.
Yeah, okay, but it's different when you're paying money, out of your pocket, or you got scholarships when you know you're not gonna make it to the league. Like, this guy just showed up to sleep and then went to basketball.
And I think that just shows that the system as a whole is broken, bro. It's like one of those things where they milk these players, but they also give them that's a massive privilege. You know, Jordan Hill probably didn't write an essay his whole time in college. You know what I mean? He probably probably didn't even type his name. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess that's the trade-off: free degree and no work.
Yeah, but that's that bad part, bro. Check that out. They give you a free degree, and if you got people taking notes for you, and you don't make it to the league, and say
you don't know shit.
Yeah, how are you gonna
out in the real world?
Yeah, how you gonna master your craft if you haven't indulged in it at all?
Plus, think about it.
That's true.
That ESPN Broke documentary. A lot of these people go broke, and then they got their bullshit degree, and they can't do anything. They have no skills. They're 31 years old, and you have to literally start from scratch.
Yeah, you have to fucking work at McDonald's and just work your way up and shit, and that's sad. That's what the system does to the people. You know what I mean? And like we've emphasized, even the 1.5% of people that make it, that are drafted, may not even actually make it into the official NFL, or if they do make it, they don't last long. You know what I mean? Lots of these guys are extremely forgettable, and that's the reality of things.
Literally, 98.5% of them are pretty forgettable.
Yeah, you got me there, bro.
It's a tough game, man. Tough sport.
It definitely is, 100%. But
so then, if we all know the truth, why do you think it's still big? Why do you think people still go to the games and do all that? Support this oligarchy.
It's like everything else, bro. It's like one of those things where you know when you go to your favorite burger place that mass, if it's a massive chain, they have horrible slaughterhouses where they keep these animals in horrible conditions. But it's like one of those things where you don't think about it. Hey, Rick, the Rick and Morty episode. Remember when they're running through the things? You're just like, what about the future? What about the reality where Hitler cured cancer? You're like, the answer is you don't think about it. Like, and that's
true.
And that's the reality of it. It's like one of those things where it's like, I'm here because I want to watch people play football. I'm not here because I'm thinking about what's going to happen to Joe what's his face in 4 years, or I'm not here for that.
CTE and shit.
Exactly. When he's limping everywhere and he doesn't remember most things. We're not worried about that. I'm here for the sheer entertainment of the game.
And that's all they think about.
Exactly.
Plus money.
That's it.
Oh, plus all the people that bet on these games too. They have
the Vegas odds.
Yeah.
As long as the beer's flowing, the hot dogs are going, nobody gives a fuck about what happens to these players.
Not in the long run.
You want to know what I found out is there was a guy, I can't remember what college he was playing for, but he was playing basketball, and since he's ineligible for the draft, he wanted to go to the G League, but the G League said, we can't take you because you were already offered an athletic scholarship for the season. So somebody was like, wait, so are they kind of in cahoots? They have like a handshake agreement where you have to pick one or the other.
It's gotta be, they buddies.
Exactly, and that's
a system.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, it
feeds off of it. It feeds off one another. It's difficult, to like own your own, talent. If it's set up that way. That's his conscious decision. If you want to get rid of this motherfucking scholarship and get into this G League, let that man provide for his family.
Exactly. And it's not like he's gonna make $1 million. I think the salary is like $16,000, which is like minimum wage, anyways.
Wait, for the G League, really?
For the G League,
I thought it was a little higher than that.
I thought the G League isn't the G League the D League?
Yeah,
aren't they the same thing? I thought
it was about 50-60.
I thought it was much higher than that, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because it's like the D League is. From what I know about the D League, it's like the next best thing, after the NBA.
I mean, the Spanish league.
Oh yeah, true. There's all those there's lots of players go to like China and stuff like that to play basketball too.
Speaking of leagues, LeVar Ball's league might happen.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I love it.
We had a whole episode about it, bro. So
we talked about it for like 15 straight minutes. I love what he's doing. I think he can be annoying sometimes.
But that's his personality. That's not his business ethic. I don't give a fuck
that's
about
his
it.
marketing tool.
Yeah, I agree. He's definitely rememberable. With that. What's that when he goes on fucking and WWE and it's like, when he like flexes against the dude and shit.
Then he's like
he put the show in showmanship.
Yeah, bro. Like when he does like that weird shit. I mean, his personality may be a little iffy, but once again, his work ethic is great, and if he's gonna be paying people fresh out of college $10,000 per month. That's great.
That's damn good.
D-League salaries are either $19,500 or $26,000 for a 6-month D-League schedule.
So you're still in the lower class if you're in the D D League.
You're still poor. You gotta wait tables a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, that's what I do right now. Not gonna lie, the money's good. I probably do well.
But you're not in the D League.
I'm not in the D League. Yeah.
You can't dunk yet.
God damn it! That was one thing I wish I could have. The one thing I couldn't do in basketball was dunk.
The one thing I couldn't do, the multiple things I couldn't do in basketball was shoot, dribble, do layups.
But you can play defense though.
What was it? There was a real quick tangent. There was a story. What's it called? So back when I used to go to a tutoring program that Tony used to, him and all his siblings. Tony got like 18 brothers and sisters. They got a big ass.
Bro, my mom ain't busting like that.
They got a big ass family. So, but I remember one time during the summer we went to play basketball at this gym. And I remember, bro, he passed me. I was on his team. He passed me a shot. It was for a wide open layup, bro. I jagged a wide open layup. So basketball wasn't for me.
Damn.
He probably don't even remember that, but I remember that.
Did you kind of like slam it off the glass?
Yeah, like
it was like a really close up floater. I remember that.
Yeah,
it was a close up floater.
Like, I did one of those.
It was like a dunk instead of the floater to the backboard.
Where you just gave it like that.
So yeah, so basketball wasn't for me. So we know that, no. But G League people are not paid well, clearly, and that is definitely sad that the system for these people is broken.
Yeah, but I think it's really easy to see. The NCAA gets these high school players because these high school players are gonna suck in the league. Let's be real.
That's the sad part.
Most
too.
of them, like
very small
if you're not LeBron or Kobe or some shit or Kevin Garnett, they're probably gonna suck.
Yeah.
So the NCAA takes them for a year, 2 years, and they make their $1 billion off of it. It's so
and it's out the door. You go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Then you end up being bounced from team to team, and then eventually you get tired of being bounced from team to team, and I'm just like, fuck it.
I mean, I could be bounced from team to team for $2 million a year.
I would
Veterans minimum.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I mean? You could definitely do that. You know, that's what's been happening to Vince Carter for the last fucking 15 years.
Oh man, Vince Carter's 41.
Vince Carter's 41, bro. He's
41.
Hall of Fame. He the man.
He deserves a Hall of Fame, bro. He's the one that gave dunk contests in like the fire.
No, he jumped over a man.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
The man was contemplating suicide. Let's be real.
In the rim.
Exactly.
But my last comment I have to say about the NCAA thing, it's a double-edged sword. And the way we combat that double-edged sword is you either take the free education and the room and board and the tuition checks, learn what the fuck you can learn and get out, or you play ball and make it in the NFL. That was only two options. It may not be fair, but at least you got a fighting chance.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's an opportunity,
and that's all you need is an opportunity. Shit, make it what you want,
which a lot of people don't get.
So if you were kind of on the border between maybe making it to the league, maybe 50th pick in the NBA draft, or not making it to the league, would you go to class and try to pay attention, or would you be like, nah, we're gonna make this league shit happen?
Look, I mean, that's kind of what I did. You know, I had the chance. Either I'm gonna put my eggs in one basket, I'm gonna make sure I'm set up, and that's just what it is. I'm gonna do what I can for this draft. I'm gonna work my ass off. I'm gonna eat right. You know, I don't know if you're supposed to have sex, but I'm gonna do whatever you're supposed to do. But on the backside, as a man, you know, growing, you gotta make sure your shit's straight. You know, you can't depend on your ankles to hold up.
Yeah. No, what I mean by that is like, are you gonna spend 7 hours studying, or are you gonna spend 7 hours in the gym working on that jump shot?
I think
I'm gonna cut down on sleep. I'm gonna spend 7 doing both, and I'm gonna get them both done.
But
I rarely sleep now, to be quite honest.
Everybody don't got Tony's worth ethic.
That's just what it comes down to. If you're gonna work for it, you're gonna get it. But if you ain't, you gonna be ass out at the end. Fuck, it's either sleep or get your degree and maybe make your league jump.
But you know the league definitely emphasizes that you can do that and still not make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that's very true. That's the reality of the situation. But that's why you work both hard as hell. You know, you want this dream of the league. Like my little brother Kenny. Kenny, he played at Truman. I think it was last year. He took a year off. He wanted to take one class, get his associates.
He was a dog too.
He averaging doubles, name on the billboards and all that shit, and people recruiting him. And that's a result of him working his ass off in the gym and working his ass off in class. I mean, shit, and a full-time job. So, I mean, if he can do it, I mean, I can't hold other people for excuses. I can't take
true.
Them.
Yeah, definitely true. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. You really only need, 4 or 5 hours of sleep?
What they say, 8? They say get a good 8?
About 7.
It's like 7 to 9 is like
yeah,
ideal.
7 to 9. They give you a range just in case.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I sleep like 5 hours a day.
Right.